What you guys about to see in this video right here is crazy. Listen closely and let me know in the comments how y'all feel.
Have you ever worked a 9 to 5, or will you?
Yeah.
Or do you work a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
And
I sue every job I get.
Okay.
Yeah. What I do, I go on the job. I've sued Singular before, AT&T. I got $40,000 out of them in 2006, July 6, 2006, for race discrimination and sexual harassment. Quid quo pro sexual harassment. Just cracking jokes on the job.
All right, I'm going to stop the video on the racial discrimination thing because I definitely did a lawsuit against a company. It's been over 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. It was a place called GSD Logistics. I worked in a warehouse. I was like the lead warehouse guy and was about to get the supervisor position, right? I was the only black person working there. It was one Mexican, and it was probably it was a small company. It probably was like 10 white people there. I was the only black person there. So it was time to do a layoff. They had already promised me the supervisor position. And then when it come down to that, they did a layoff, call themselves doing a downsize. They had brought another guy in, another white guy. And they end up giving him the job as the supervisor, and they laid me off. So I won a discrimination case on that, and I feel like I deserve to win that. Like, that's a racial discrimination. You only fired me because I was black. And it's clear cut, man. There ain't no argument, no debate. So I won $10,000 off that lawsuit because I was the only black person that got fired. But what this guy is doing right now is highway robbery, and it's harmful to other employees. So keep listening.
Right? So what I did, I went and learned employment rights. My last two jobs, I got $10,000 out of that one through OSHA and got another $10,000 through OSHA. So what I do, I go find a job because I know they got go be violating safety violation. So I'm going to go complain about safety violation. I know some that supervisor go get mad about me complaining and start retaliating against me. Then I'm going to make a call to OSHA and say, hey, they unsafe over here. And then I'm going to let them know, yeah, I'm the one called OSHA. And they go with me. And then I'm going to make them pay me $10,000 for retaliation. I get them every time. I get them every time. I get the warehouse job. Man, I work for a gun distribution company. I got that. Yeah, I'm a bad with suing jobs.
So you go in there knowing you about to get a job.
Yeah, man, if know I'm going to go get a job, they already know I'm the slip and fall. I'm talking about I got a 100% success rate in suing every job I done worked for, either through the EEOC or through OSHA. And I be trying to tell them, say, homie, get in on it. They be scared. And then when I get them and they get fired, they call me back. Say, man, you think I tried to tell you? When you read the employment rights, homie, they say race discrimination is broad. It's so open in America, homie, but the average employee is scared to say something. Sexual harassment, it goes on all the time. It's in the break room talking about who they over the weekend. I'm sitting over there eating. I don't want to hear that. I don't care about all. And you doing this every weekend? Well, at some point, I'm going to go to the HR lady and say, Larry and Leroy talking about women they sleep with every weekend, and they need to stop it. Well, guess what? They ain't going to stop it. And after that, I done already complained about it, because you have to make a complaint and let them know that you are uncomfortable with this conversation. Say, man, I don't want to hear that, homie. They think I'm just being They don't know me. So I done let them know. So on January 2nd at 12:30 lunch break, Larry and Leroy were talking about Sheila. So I'm going to keep documentation. So when I go to HR, I'm going to let HR know. Now they go with me. Now I'm a snitch at work. So now they going to be talking about me, making my work environment a hostile working environment. By this time, I'm going to the EEOC and get them. We go to mediation. They go ask me what I want. Yeah, and then that's when you tell them what you want. It's so easy to get. I ain't bullshit.
And every time you tell them 10 bands?
Well, OSHA, let me just say this. The Fort Worth office at OSHA, I asked for $50,000 last time. They told me, take this $10,000 and we go dismiss the case. Now, I had a good case, but they so sick of me winning.
Now, as you can see, he has no remorse, man. We talking about other grown people, man, who may be mothers, maybe fathers. You know what I'm saying? They got kids that depend on them. So they go to work. They go to work these jobs, and they having fun just like all the grown people do, man. You know, it's grown people. Grown people talk like grown people. So if he's talking about he wanted to smash a chick or whatever the case may be, it's not worth it for him to go and get 10 grand to snitch on another employee that's probably going to lose their job, and now they can't feed their kids over them having a joke at work. You know, it's something that people do all the time at work. And my thing is, man, you get 10,000 here, 10,000 there. Like, how many of these jobs, how many times are you getting hired a year? Because the average job, like warehouse job, you know, you got some that make some decent money depending on what you make per hour. Different companies pay different things. You know, some companies pay about 50 to 60 a year to work in a warehouse. Some maybe a little more, some a little bit less. But my thing is, how many times are you getting hired out the year? It's like, it's not a legitimate hustle. I get what you're doing. You're going and suing these companies for 10, 10, 10 and all that. You know what I'm saying? $10,000. But are you getting 10 jobs a year and able to make $100,000 off doing what you're doing? Because my thing is, you're taking food out of other people's mouths when you do this. I'm not even talking about the company. The company, they got it. Like some of those companies you name, they got the money. A little $40,000 ain't nothing for them. If it's really racial discrimination or sexual harassment, meaning someone came up and touched you in the wrong way and you wanted to file a suit, you was harmed. But for someone to be just sitting there talking at the lunch table or whatever the case may be, and then you just go and report that, and then they calling you a snitch, because that's exactly what it is. Like, come on, man, these are grown people. Like, at least warn them, hey, man, look, it really bothers me that you're talking like this. I'm going to report you. At least say that. At least say that if it really bothers you. I just feel like you taking $60,000 out these people's pocket that they make a year to take care of their family, all just for you to get $10,000. Because I'm not buying that hustle. Like, there's no way you're getting 10 jobs out the year. And I mean, when you was doing this, I know you're pretty successful now. I see a lot of your videos, but I just wanted to speak on that to let the next person know that maybe considering to do that hustle, think about the people that you're hurting while you're doing that. If something is done to you really wrong, it's okay to go do a lawsuit. Like I said, I did one. I was racially discriminated against, and I was pissed at the time. Like, a job was hard to come by. So when they laid me off and I'm the only black person there, I'm like, nah, I'm not going for that. So I went straight to the unemployment office and I got everything set up, filed my suit. I won. So if you is the only black person working at a company and you get laid off out of everybody else, you're going to have a legitimate, clear-cut case. But if that's not the case, it's going to be a lot harder. But please, guys, do not go out here looking for these type of annex to get a check and take the next person down. That makes no sense, man. It's a crab in the barrel effect, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. LA Truth. Go on.